Hi, it's Cory, and today you're going to learn how to play Livin' on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. For our song today, we're going to be looking at a really basic strumming pattern for the song, and it does have 8 chords, but that is because we are taking the key change at the very end. And even taking the key change into consideration, it's still a very easy song, so let's just get into it. Before you start though, always make sure your ukulele is in tune. That's going to be a G on the 4th string, a C on the 3rd string, an E on the 2nd string, and an A on the 1st string. The first chord we're looking at is going to be a B flat major chord. You're going to take your first finger and you're going to bar across strings 1 and 2. Then your second finger is going to go on to string 3 on the 2nd fret. And then your third finger is going to go on the 4th string of the 3rd fret. And your thumb, you're going to want to keep that right behind finger 1, behind the 1st fret. If you do need any more help with any barred chords, check out my how to play bar chords, and there are some great tips and tricks in there for you. You'll also need a C major chord. That's just your 3rd finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. You also need a D major chord. That's going to take place all on the 2nd fret here, and with your first finger, you're going to place it on the 4th string. Your second finger is going to go on the 3rd string, and your third finger is going to go on the 2nd string. We're also using an E flat major chord. That's going to be your first finger on the 1st fret, 1st string, and then your second finger on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, and your third finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. We're also using an E minor chord. You're starting with your first finger on the 2nd fret, 1st string, your second finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then your third finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret. We're also using an F chord. That's your first finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and then your second finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string. We have a G major chord. That's going to be your first finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, your second finger on the 2nd fret, 1st string, and then your third finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And then finally, we have the G minor chord. That's going to be your first finger on the 1st string, 1st fret, your second finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then your third finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. So there are quite a few different chords here that you might not be as familiar with. It's definitely not your typical like C major, G major, F major, A minor progression kind of song. So make sure you're really, really solid and familiar with those different chords before you move on to the strumming pattern. Of course, there's always things you can do in the strumming pattern to make it a little bit simpler, but if you are having to stop in between the different chords and have to really think about how you're changing those chords, it's going to make it really difficult for you to learn the song and be able to play it in time without huge gaps. So that's step 1, get mastered with those chords. And just to have a heads up, there are a couple really nice transitions that you can sort of just be aware of. One happens to be moving from the G minor to the E flat chord, and all you're doing here is just moving the second finger down a fret, and then you're already in the E flat. And when you do play that E flat in the song, it's right after the G minor or the B flat. But even with the B flat, if I'm right here, you can just move your one finger from the bar, move it over to the 1st, and then your fingers aren't too far away from on the 3rd fret on strings 3 and 2. So you can get that transition pretty easily if you practice it, and it is really more of like a pivot with your hands, not a full lift up. So just be aware of those little things. And realistically, most of the song is just comprised of the E minor, the C, and the D. That's what really makes up the chorus and then also the verses too. So a lot of the tricky things are really in the key change at the very end of the song. So you could very easily just continue to play on the original chords. You don't have to take the key change, but it definitely does make it sound a lot more epic. For a strumming pattern, we're keeping it really simple with just a island strum, which is a down, down, up, up, down, up. If you need a little bit more help with learning the island strum, I do have a video that will take you through it and give you some practice with it. You can find it in the cards. I'm going to just demonstrate that on an E minor chord because that's how you're starting the song. Down, down, up, down, up. Now, to take it like a little bit of extra, I'm going to add a chuck on every down after the first down. So down, down, up, down, up turns into down, chuck, up, chuck, up. And it sounds like this. Down, chuck, up, chuck, up. And you're going to play this throughout the entire song. Now, there are a couple times where you're going to be changing your chords in the middle of the strumming pattern. So it's not you can just play one chord for an entire strumming pattern and then move to the next chord. That's why you really want to be very secure with those chords so you can make those quick chord changes. Most of these chord changes where it takes place in the middle of the strumming pattern are in the pre-chorus and then the chorus. The verses, nicely, you just kind of play the one strumming pattern and then switch to the next chord. But the pre-choruses, you do have to change. So that's going to take just a little bit of being really familiar with the song and hearing where those chord changes are. But also in the lead sheets that I have and in the play along, you can see where that chord change is happening. And really the way you solidify that is being super solid on the chords and being super solid on the strumming pattern itself. The only time we're going to be deviating from the main strumming pattern is going to be during the we'll give it a shot area. All you're going to do when you get to the we've got each other and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. So you're just going on a down strum, you're just going down, 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 down. And you notice I added an extra little down there. You could add an extra chuck if you want right before the chorus, and that would completely sound like this. We'll give it a shot. So that is an option you can do. You could just keep it with the strumming pattern. That's fine too. I'm going to be adding the little down, 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 down chuck just because I think it sounds really cool. Do whatever works for you. The only other time other than we'll give it a shot that we're going to be deviating from the strumming pattern is going to be in the bridge section where we have you live for the fight when that's all you've got. So I'm just going strum, 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 strum. Playing that entire section, it sounds like this. Live for the fight when that's all you got. So that's kind of all the different pieces for this song that you need to know. Make sure to go back to any particular section that you need extra practice on. You can use the timestamps to help you do that. But if you're all ready to go, let's give it a playthrough. 1, 2, here we go. Tommy used to work on the docks. Union's been on strike. He's down on his luck. It's tough, so tough. Gina works the diner all day, working for her man. She brings home her pay for love, for love. She says we gotta hold on to what we've got. Doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We've got each other and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, living on a prayer. Tommy's got a 6-string and hock. Now he's holding in what he used to make it talk. So tough, it's tough. Gina dreams of running away. She cries in the night. Tommy whispers, baby, it's okay. Someday, he says we gotta hold on to what we've got. Doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We've got each other and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, living on a prayer. Living on a ending probably just seemed fairly abrupt, but it's supposed to be like a fade out, so you can do it as many times as you want, and it literally just would continue to fade out. So I just didn't want to do it a million times for the play along. Again, those are just kind of meant to give you something to practice to, in addition to being able to see how all the pieces put together. But that's the whole shebang. So it's definitely a song that I would say it's not like super easy, but I would categorize this still as a fairly good beginner song. This is definitely an easy version of it. Let me know if you would like to have like that like cool like that little lick at the beginning of the song. I didn't add it on this one because I think that would put it into a more intermediate category, and I'm trying to keep it like beginner for you guys. But let me know if that would be something to be interested in learning. I think it would sound really good on like a low G ukulele in particular, just because that's the thing that I struggle with sometimes with licks with ukulele, is because you kind of have a more limited range, but with a low G, you have a much better range too. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Tommy's got a 6-string and Huck.